withdraw the statement announcing the cessation of road tolls. That's an order from the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Badmin, directed at the Roads and Highways Minister, Kwesi Amoakwata. The Road Minister on Wednesday night directed the cessation of road tolls from today, following the Finance Minister's announcement that road tolls will be abolished after parliamentary approval of the 2022 budget. Alban Badmin said the Road Minister has no such powers. This was after the Minority Leader, Haruna Idrisu, argued on the floor that the Minister undermined the authority of the House. We'll hear from the Speaker shortly, but first, listen to the debate that ensued over the Minister's directive.
I am submitting strongly that this House must take a serious view of the conduct and directive of the Minister for Roads, as is an attempt to usurp the powers and mandate of this august House. And Mr. Speaker, to suggest as if this country is not governed by law, it cannot. Whilst he has every right to be in a hurry to listen to the present directives, to be in a hurry, he cannot be in a hurry to usurp the mandate of this House and be in a hurry to revise a legislation that this august House have not so approved.
There's a world of difference between disrespecting the law or a misreading of the law. And I think we should have that distinction, because even in the Supreme Court, with the greatest of the Speaker, sometimes there's a misreading of the law. It does not amount to the fact that the laws are disrespecting the law. So at such a time that we make that distinction, we cannot attribute to the Honorable Minister for Roads and Highways that he's disrespecting the law. But I am of the humble view that a few people will pay regard to the NLC, the decree that he quoted and the amendments. So probably, with the greatest of respect, this could be an administrative error.
And that's what happens if in the end, the alternative tax that he's bringing is not approved. Then who is going to cater for the gap that was created? It is for this very good reason that the Honorable Minority Leader is bringing this to the attention of the House. Mr. Speaker, it is not the duty of the Road Minister to be writing statements suspending road tolls. We need him to be filling our potholes.
Mr. Speaker, my understanding is that yesterday, immediately after the delivery of the budget, confusion arose at the various toll booths. Exchange of fisticuffs at the various toll booths. Mr. Speaker, and to avoid further escalation of the confusion and chaos at the toll booths, the minister, in order to save the situation, came with that directive.
Well, the Speaker, after listening to the debate, then directed the Minister to withdraw the statement, insisting the Road Minister erred.
It's for us to draw his attention and tell him that you have no such authority. In spite of all the legal and linguistic gymnastics that have been displayed, it is very clear that what the minister sought to do, he has no such authority to do that. It's not a matter of operationalization of the law. There is no such law for him to operationalize. There is no such law. The law we have now has imposed the fees that they have been collecting. So it's being implemented. It's not like it's something you are going to now start. And so I want to clearly direct that what the minister has released is complete brutal fooling. It means it's an empty boast. It it has no effect. If it is true, you all know that on financial issues, when there is a need for it to be an emergency, a legislation is brought, immediately the budget is presented, and we are asked to pass it through the process of what? Certificate of agency. And we have passed these laws right up from 1993 until this year. And so if there was that deed, that would have been identified, and the proposed legislation would have been presented to the House. The House would have started on the 17th and passed the law. That we have done before. We cannot differ from that. So I think that it's proper for us to direct the minister, a member of this House, in fact, a senior member of this House. He's not just a junior member, he's a senior member of this House, who is used to all this. And I think that he might have reacted wrongly. And therefore, I call on him to honorably withdraw that directive. Failure to do so would be a serious breach. A serious breach of the directive of the Speaker. And that would amount to contempt of Parliament.
Well, the Majority Caucus then moved the discussion from the chamber to address the media. Majority Chief Whip Frank Anodompe accused the Speaker of being a dictator. In his view, it will be difficult for the Roads Minister to carry out the Speaker's directive.
So we think that the Minister acted in good faith. And when you heard the First Deputy Speaker who says that, okay, we are the makers of the law. The executive enforced the law. So probably, I'm just hazarding a guess, probably the Speaker should have probably made a referral. And then whichever committee reasonably in this context, maybe the Roads Committee, would have engaged the minister further, then things would have come up more for us to appreciate. We think that the minister acted in good faith to avert a chaotic situation, and that needs to be respected. So the current ruling by the Speaker may take us back, but I believe that the Ghanaian people will act logically and reasonably. In the face of what we said, I think it will be fair for anybody to ask, okay, so what about the case of the law students, where the Speaker directed? And the distinction here is clear. If you recall, the matter related to the law student, there was a resolution by the House. There was a prior resolution by the House. So the ruling of the Speaker in that context carried the resolution of the House. It wasn't the Speaker exercising excessive powers. So we think that the Speaker is my very good friend. I respect him a lot. I know after this we will engage further, but we think that the Speaker erred, and we must put matters in proper context. The minister acted to avert a chaotic situation. And in that broader spirit, all of you we are all Ghanaians. We know what happens after a budget is read. In the broader context, we should be able to appreciate the reasonable efforts and actions that were taken by the minister to avert a chaotic situation. I thank you very much.